Hello and welcome to the Backwards Compatible Comics Review. Today we're going to be taking a slightly different tact by looking at a book. The book is DC Comics Super Villains, The Complete Visual History. It's written by Daniel Wallace with a book foreword by Kevin Smith. Now Daniel Wallace is responsible for a quote at the beginning of the book, which I'm going to read out to you now. It says, "If heroes are defined by the challenges they face, there's a big question worth asking. Without villains, how could heroes exist at all?" Now this is one of the core concepts I always think when I'm reading any book, but to be honest, but again, comics are one of the best examples. I always want to have a good protagonist, but I want a good antagonist as well. I want the story to have meat, to have something to go against it, and this is something where the Joker, as you can see on screen, is pretty much one of my favourite villains of all time. Popularised in films by both Jack Nicholson in the original Batman in 1989 and also Heath Ledger in The Dark Knight. Now both of those films, because they had such a strong villain, they didn't, Batman or Bruce Wayne, whichever way you look at it, sorry spoiler there, was able just to do his job, but the real intrigue came from what the Joker was doing. Now obviously as we go through the comics, there's a strong basis for the villains, especially in DC. DC do seem to have a wonderful catalogue of baddies, basically everywhere from the slightly strange Legion of Doom, as you can see on Strange there, to Lex Luthor, who really shouldn't be able to take on Superman, sorry, but is able to because of his genius. And then Catwoman, again, friend or foe is always a difficult one, but you look at some of the characters that are in there in the whole DC universe, and they are covered brilliant in this book. Now as you can see from this Lex Luthor page, it's called this chapter 1 is Menaces of Metropolis. Basically it's all of Superman's, sorry I've got to stop doing that, all of Superman's enemies in one little section. The next time then you'll have all of Batman's, and then you'll have all of Wonder Woman's, and so on and so forth. And it gives a really good way of breaking up each short section by making sure that you're looking at that particular hero's rogues gallery, if that makes sense. So the artwork is displayed, as you can see, in lots of different styles. This is very much a coffee table book. It looks great, big visual pages, and the blurb is there. Basically you're getting ideas about the original first appearances, as well as slightly more in-depth things about the changes through the comics codes and things like that. So it really does give you that nice bit of information. I think for a new DC reader, if you're not au fait completely with the back history, then it's a really good kick-off point. And again, but for those established readers, it's a lovely book to have on your table. It just gives you a nice little reference point, but really you're doing it just a pure enjoyment of reading and looking at the pictures. I mean, and the artwork is absolutely stunning. So it really is a great thing to read, basically, and a great thing to own. Again, as I say, it comes from Insight Editions, and it should be in your bookshops now. So thank you very much for listening, and do take care. Don't forget to follow us at Backwards Compatible on Twitter, and come to our Facebook page. Just type in Backwards Compatible. The little red BC logo, which you can see behind you, will pop up. And I'd like to say thank you very much for listening, and good night.